if the margins get too high, right? If you're, well beyond 25%, imagine what you could do for your clients with that extra dollars.
What does operations setup look at like your level? I don't want to like throw out some money numbers because I don't think you're just like about that, but like Seth, as you mentioned, has hundreds of clients across the country, and they're not your $500 a month SEO shop. Like they're a premium solution. And what does that look like for you to fulfill on that? Because I know it's probably you make it look easier than it is, and I'm sure there's lots of challenges, but I'd
Well,
love
look,
to
there
hear
are
just
people a lot smarter and more organized than me and my ADHD silliness that actually do the execution. But we have built our SEO model on fundamentals. As long as you've known me, I've talked about them. We have pillars, content, an entire team of content, links, an entire team of links and PR, local, entire team just doing local, and paid, entire team doing paid. We have all and technical, the building of the websites and optimizing, and it's two steps forward, one step back. I was humble enough to realize I had a quality control issue on stuff that dev was, putting on pages and getting it back. I just had to like go to the mat and say, look, this is not where I want it to be. And a lot of it is money. As you scale a business, I think one of the things, my piece of advice to people is, and you go to these meetings and you see guys who are starting out and they break seven figures, like, man, I have 40% margins. That's awesome. Good for you. What I would argue is if the margins get too high, right? If you're, well beyond 25%, imagine what you could do for your clients with that extra dollars that would provide insane value and build you on that on ramp. And I think that has been one of the secrets to success, which is we didn't sort of take a ton off the table as we were growing. We made sure we made the next hire, which means your numbers are not quite as good because you're basically, you're hiring before you need people, because if you wait too long, you're going to be stuck with lack of quality for your people. And so I think it's not that I want to see no margins. I want people to make a good living and hit those Inc. 5,000 numbers. But I think the way you do get that top line revenue to grow is by providing amazing service. And when you do allow your margins to grow, that can be one of the downsides. And I'm very conscious of that. And so it's a very odd reverse relationship I have with our president, David Breton. He's very much like, hey, I want to see great margins academically. And I'm like, no, if we see that margin get too high, that means that we're not providing the best possible service because there's something more we could do. And we're not like saying you shouldn't make any money, but when you see those margins spike, very often issues come thereafter. And so I'm very cognizant of not allowing there to be too much of a delta in spiking those, and instead making sure that as our revenue grows, we're continuously investing to build for the next generation of clients.
Yeah. I think that's counterintuitive to what most people would think because, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're thinking longevity where everybody else is just trying to keep as much as they can in the short term. And you're saying, hey, the longer we can keep clients happy, the better we can do for them, the more extravagant and amazing and like results we can give them. And then the service and the little human touches we do on top of that, the longer we're going to be in business. And even though, yeah, our margins are smaller today,
Understood. But I think what you're saying, which we're talking about, what we're talking here. So Josh Nelson, right? His first book was on how to build an agency. I thought it was genius. If anybody's starting an agency and you're starting out, and you're trying to get to $1 million, this guy is, I think, one of the best roadmaps I've seen for the person out of the box to get an agency going. But that said, the next step is, and if you looked at his second book, it's on churn. How do you reduce churn, right? And one of the ways you do that is providing the resources, hiring the right people, having the right processes in place. That takes money and resources. So not allowing yourself to get too far away, I think, is really important. So one of the things I've always respected about you is you've been very lean so that so much of what you do can go to your personal clients. And to me, if you had a big fancy office where you lived and tons of staff in-house, you've done stuff in a way that allows you to stay very lean, which gives more resources for you to provide to your clients.
Hey guys, if you like this video, you'll also like my book on Amazon called Beyond the Agency Box, which you can also find by my name, Frankie Finn, and it's got a lot of awesome reviews. And it really just goes deeper on a lot of things we're talking about, everything you need to grow and start a lifestyle agency, from the stages you'll go through to getting clients to how to create winning offers to high value deliverables, to wowing clients, to building teams, to building systems, and building a boring factory that's like a 7-figure money machine for you. So if you're interested, I put links for you in the video description, as well as it'll be in the pinned top comment below, and make sure to check those out.